Okay, garden update, May 31, 2016. Alright, so the tomatoes I was having problems with having yellowish leaves, to be doing better. The old leaves that are kind of yellowish are staying. On the other one here, it's being atrophied. I have new growth coming out. It looks really good. This other one actually fixed a lot of its leaves. This guy right here. And this one, that was the additional tomato buds, so I just left, let's see here, this one here. So probably should have taken it off too because the plant's struggling, but the tomato's starting to yellow, so I think it's gonna ripen pretty soon. And this one is having problems with is the German Queen, but that one's doing really well. And it did the same thing, took off some of the buds. But I did leave what, 2 or 3 on there, additional to the tomato. It's already there. This guy's doing pretty good, has 3. This one is Black Prince. This one's growing really well. No tomatoes yet. It does have some flowers. Well, one flower, but it does have more buds. It's gonna have flowers. And that's Mr. Stripey. Moving on to the next one. This is the biggest one out of all the ones I have. And this guy is Chocolate Sprinkle cherry tomato. Gated type. There's the tomato. See, get him from the other angle. Where is he? There you go. Another one's doing really well. Almost as big as Mr. Stripey is Yellow Cherry. You're leaning towards them, so I have to find a stake and pull them back up that way so they're not interfering with each other. Jalapeno, pretty much the same as last time, except the new growth has gotten bigger. Looking nice and healthy. There's a few flowers. I'm not seeing any peppers. I think last time I said there was a little pepper on there, but I was mistaken because there's some of the flower buds, when they're coming out, they actually look like a little pepper, but it is eggplants. Lots of growth, lots of new growth coming off the stem on both of them. I did notice that the flower buds on them are at 14 flowered. This one is kind of weak. I don't know if it's going to make it. I do have one down here that actually, well, yeah, there you go. Started to open up and flower, and then it just fell off. But that happened before I started giving them a Miracle Grow fertilizer, which would be this stuff over here. See if I can see it. Yep. Also, there's an awesome little tomato here. Let's see, what's his name? Tidy Treat. And way down here, I don't know if I can see it on the phone here. Let's see, way in there. It's a little red tomato. Well, almost. It's kind of almost ripe. I'm gonna eat them tomorrow. Excited, and there's lots more red on the same part that the red one is. You got all kinds here. I have a ton right there. More here, more fresh flower buds, and actually it's just about starting to open here. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm getting this right because the sun's glaring off my screen, so I can almost not see it. The other eggplant that was being really weak, this guy, the fat one, what the hell's his name? Black Beauty. Really nice new leaves, pretty big already. I don't see any flower buds on it yet, but it's new growth, nice and healthy, so that's good. The last tomato I have here is this guy, which is, find the tag, Cherokee Purple. Lots of growth, really healthy, sturdy tomato. I have some flowers here. Let's see if I can get in there. Right there. Lots more flower buds right. Secondary growth coming off, which is awesome. Watermelons, they're growing, but they're not looking very strong. And I'm not sure why the leaves are yellowish on them. But it's starting to grow a lot faster, so that's pretty cool. This one's not quite as big. It's a little tiny guy here. He's trying to put out leaves, but I think something's eating him, or just something's going wrong with it. It's not doing too great. Cucumbers are getting huge, well, relatively speaking. Have tons of flower buds on them, all the way up. I mean, this thing's like maybe 12 inches tall, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shit, probably about 15 flower buds. A little tiny plant. So I don't know how this is gonna support those cucumbers unless it gets much bigger fast. Oh yeah, other news in the garden. The apple tree is finally putting out some new growth for this year. Other than just leaves, it's actually putting out stems here, which is pretty cool. The onions aren't doing that great, but I think it's my fault because I thought they were wet, or the soil was wet, and I let them dry out too much. They're not dead, but a lot of the leaves went to crap.